Welcome to the weekly construction news roundup from across Africa, brought to you by Construction Review, Africa's leading construction journal. We begin our news in Ghana, where Africa's first industrial and business park, wholly powered by renewable energy, is to be built in Takoradi. The new industrial park is poised to accelerate the transformation of Takoradi, Ghana's third largest city. As part of the agreement, Siemens will develop a 250 kilowatt microgrid that controls the energy generation and throughput for the initial phase of buildings to be constructed at West Park. The microgrid will be powered by on-site photovoltaic panels and will incorporate a backup battery storage solution as well. The grid will be expandable as more buildings are added. The government of Zimbabwe, meanwhile, has also revealed plans to build a multi-million-dollar state-of-the-art stadium in the southwestern part of Harare. This facility will be known as Highlands Stadium. The reason is to decentralize the city's sporting infrastructure and includes the refurbishment of Gwanzura Stadium, which is turned into an eyesore, and repair works are expected to be completed by August this year. Construction works of the multi-million-dollar state-of-the-art stadium is expected to take 4 years. Currently, Harare has 4 stadia, and the Highlands Stadium will help ease demand for sporting facilities. Tanzania's Rufiji hydroelectric power generation project's construction site has been officially handed over to the contractors, Arab Contractors and El Sewedi Electric. Energy Minister Dr. Medad Kalemani confirmed the reports and said the project, whose deal was sealed in December last year, is expected to produce 2,150 megawatts of electricity that will be added to the national grid and guarantee adequate power supply for both domestic and commercial use. Upon the project's completion in the next 3 years, Tanzania will become a leading power producer and supplier in East Africa, with the Rufiji project becoming the 4th biggest dam in Africa. The government of Kenya, through Tullow Oil, a leading independent oil exploration and production company, is set to construct an oil pipeline worth $1 billion by 2022. Tullow Oil Kenya Managing Director Martin Bogo confirmed the reports and said the pipeline will be a joint venture between the government and the Kenya Joint Venture KJV, whose shareholders are Tullow Africa Oil and Total. The pipeline will be 821 kilometers long and will transport around 80,000 barrels of oil per day from the Lokicha oil fields in northern Kenya to the Lamu seaport. The project will be financed by 70% debt and 30% equity. Siemens Egypt has announced that it has completed constructing and connecting the extension of Toshka substation in Egypt in a record time of 3 months, paving way for the realization of the Egypt-Sudan electric interconnection project. The new 220 kilovolt air-insulated substation will dispatch around 400 megawatts of electricity to secure reliable power transmission, accompanied with minimal losses of the entire shipped power. The turnkey substation is located near the Egyptian-Sudanese border, about 1,000 kilometers away from Cairo. It will play a strategic role in the upcoming Egypt-Sudan electric interconnection project, which links the national grids of both countries from Toshka city in Egypt to Dongola in Sudan through a 170 kilometer transmission line. That's all we had for you this week. Be sure to subscribe to ensure you receive your weekly roundup on construction news from across Africa.